Hey guys, how's it going? It's Matthew Guzman. Okay, so to be honest, I first when I first heard that I was going to be taking public speaking online, I was like, okay, how do we go about doing that? To be honest with you, I don't know how we do public speaking. I'm talking to a MacBook to a bunch of students who are also looking at a MacBook. It's not. I was very skeptical. I was very like, okay, well, all right, let's do this public speaking online. Yeah, let's go. But I had a lot of experience with public speaking because they made us do a lot of public speaking for our graduation project. So we had to give a public speech in front of our whole graduating class. So that kind of helped. And plus, I was also an actor both sophomore and junior year of high school. So staying up front stage giving lines, and yeah, you get the idea. I had plenty of practice with public speaking, so it wasn't that big of a transition from that to this. In fact, if anything, this was more difficult because now I have to think, okay, does my audio sound correct? Does my transitions, are they beautiful enough? Are my video clips fine tuned? Like all this other technical stuff that goes into it. So now with that said, I would say I feel comfortable with my communication skills only because there are way better speakers out there than me. I'm not going to say I'm like this amazing public speaker. They're just I know there's people out there that are better than me. I'm just going to try and emulate that. I'm going to try and all right, I'll match that eventually. Give it time. And I do have acting background, so performance-wise, I know if I ever choke up, we do this thing in acting called improvisation. So if I forget what I'm going to say, I'm just going to be like, well, and just roll with it, you know? Just kind of go and keep delivering the speech, even though I totally missed a line. If I miss a line, I'm just like, okay, they don't know I missed a line. They didn't read my script. They don't know what I'm saying, so whatever. I'm just going to keep going. No one noticed. Okay, so not going to lie. Week one, I totally had the biggest difficulty because I really dislike talking about myself. I would rather have done a speech on Johnny Depp or something. I wouldn't have chosen myself as the main topic. That was a little didn't like that. Week two was amazing, persuasive speech. I don't know where it came from, but I have really good luck when it comes to persuading people to believe my ideals, or not believe it, but accept that my ideals might sound really good and they might actually enjoy what I'm talking about. Just 1 second. I'm going to scroll down here because I need to read these questions. Oh yeah, and then week three, that was the artist in our field. Yeah, that was equally as difficult because Blizzard likes to keep all of its employee information hidden under like 20 different websites. So I literally had to go to like 35 websites just to find a sentence here, a sentence here, a sentence on this website. And I took it all, compiled it, and I'm like, how am I going to make this sound good? It's all from different sites, and I'm like trying to verify, make sure my information's correct because, come on now. The worst part about public speaking is standing up there and saying things that are totally not true. Yeah, I know a lot of people do it, but come on now. We're in a day and age where we have to be correct, or at least we should strive to be correct. Okay, so knowing yes, I was not nervous about giving the presentations. More so, I was worried that my presentation wouldn't be interesting enough. People would watch the first 2 minutes and be like, skip this, I'm not watching this, guy stinks, skip, I'm bored, I'm falling asleep, skip. It was one of those things. I wasn't nervous about what I was saying, I was just nervous that what I was saying wasn't going to be, like, oh my god, this guy's actually pretty funny, I'll sit here and listen to him for a little bit. So, and now visual present. Now, how my visual presentation was before this class and towards the end of it was basically I would give the speech, but I'd be sitting here, reading, pretending to look at the camera, reading, and it was very monotone, very boring, and I basically was like, all right, we need to change this up. So what I did was I took my speech and I grabbed bullet, just one word, and I had like 8 to 12 words. That's it. That's my speech. 8 to 12 words in a bullet format. And I would look at the word and I'd be like, that's what I wanted to talk about with this word. So then I'd go on and I'd elaborate and I'd speak about it. And then I'd move on to the next word and I'd be like, okay, that's what I wanted to say about this word. And I'd speak up and I'd elaborate on it. This way it was like, it was easy for me because then it was more improvisation. Not so much that I was making stuff up off the top of my head because I knew what I wanted to say. It's just I wasn't reading word for word what I was trying to say. I kind of was like, all right, that's kind of boring. Let's just take the word and roll with it. You know what you want to say, so just say it. Kind of like the advice I gave in the beginning of class was you've done the homework and now just go and speak. And as far as practice goes, absolutely, I totally practiced. Not as much as I should have, but I put in some time. Like I'd give the speech 4 or 5 times before I actually hit, all right, camera, record now, let's do this. So yeah, I definitely could have practiced more. You can always have more practice. Too much practice is not a bad thing. Oh, I really didn't run into any difficulties delivering, like with my delivery of my speech. I didn't run into any problems like that. Like my delivery was fine. It's just the technical aspects. Like I said earlier, when I was importing a video, I had the hardest time importing like videos off of like YouTube or something onto my iMovie. I'm like, I want this clip in my iMovie. Come on, dragging, it didn't work like that. I couldn't drag and drop. So what I ended up doing was I ended up going to QuickTime, screen recording over the YouTube, and then I took that and sorry, I just realized I'm at 8 minutes and 33 seconds here. Oh, wow. Anyway, let me speed this up then. Okay, so I took the QuickTime, I screen record, then I took that, dragged that into iTunes, then from iTunes I dragged that over to iMovie, and that's how I got the videos into my iMovie, in case anyone was wondering how to do that. Yeah, it's really easy. You just drag and drop, Macs are amazing for that. And like I said earlier, speech about ourselves was definitely my least favorite, and my most favorite speech was the one where you had to persuade someone to enjoy a movie or a video game that you had watched, or a piece of music even. So, okay, so first off, I love TED. TED's amazing. I didn't know TED existed until this class, and honestly, I've been on it like 6 or 7 times since we had to watch Kevin on there, or I'm sorry, Ken on there. So, yeah, I was like, wow, these are actually, because they're really interesting and they're informative too. And plus, I know it's credible. It's not like they're just up there saying a bunch of stuff that's not true. They've done their homework. That's good. That's what we should be doing. Okay, so the and about well, the simple fact that we had like 5 or 6 links to Nancy's videos really hammered it home for me. I'm like, all right, Nancy, I get it. The storytelling thing, I understand. You want us to elaborate and tell a story because people can relate to stories. Okay, got it. After the 3rd time, I was like, I've already seen this 3 times. I'm skipping this video. I'm sorry. I don't need to hear you say the same thing 6 times. So, yeah, that was my thing with Nancy. Great speaker, and she had great ideas with the whole storytelling. Very good. And Ken from TED, he's horrendously hilarious. He's a very satirical speaker when he does give his speech. It's not like he's giving jokes, but he definitely has that satire level where it's like, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, sorry. But it was funny. I thought it was funny. Gar, not gonna lie, he's like this total far out there Buddhist kind of dude. He's like talking about Zen and stuff. no, I really, I really appreciate his and respect him for his ideals on public speaking. I definitely can see how the two would transcend because I am a martial artist, because I have put a lot of the ideals that go into martial arts into my speaking. And okay, so greatest strengths. I would have to say my greatest strength, or asset rather, for speaking is I really know how to sell my confidence. Like, I might talk about something I have no idea about. Like, I'll just pick up a paper and be like, okay, you're giving a speech on this. Uh, quantum, yeah, I totally know what this is. But no, I'll stand up there and I'll sell it. I'll pretend I know what I'm talking about, which is really helpful sometimes because sometimes you don't. You're not always going to be given a speech where you've done years and years of research on. You're going to be given a speech like, you have to give this speech, and you're like, I have to give a speech? I didn't study this. Who wrote all this? I didn't write this. But anyway, so, yeah, that's that whole thing. And to be honest, I will give my public speaking this month at least a 3.5, because I do know that my public speaking skills are not fine-tuned. They're not, like, powerful enough yet, but eventually I'd like to get to that point, and, I'll keep practicing, and who knows? Maybe one day I will be, I'll be the one that they're watching on TED. Yeah, they'll be like, watch this guy, he gives great speeches. Okay, cool. Then I'll be teaching the next generation, and that's ultimately what we're looking for. Next generation. Okay, so, and speeches are fun. Gives you the opportunity to talk and have people actually listen to you. Because, to be honest, when you're out there in the industry, you're not going to get a lot of time to talk. Your bosses are going to be telling you what to do, and you're going to be sitting there listening, and you're going to do what they tell you to do, or you're not going to have a job. So, when you do get the chance to public speak and actually have your bosses listen to you, definitely capitalize on that. Take full advantage on showing them that you're an intelligent human being, because that's your time to shine. That's your time to prove to them that, hey, okay, this is his idea is better than my idea, but I mean, they're not going to just straight up just let you talk to them like that. So when you do get the opportunity to tell your boss, hey, listen, this is my ideas on our project we're working on, and this would help make the workflow a lot quicker. And come on now, who doesn't like quicker, faster, smarter? That's what we're always looking for. So anyway, if I missed any questions, I apologize. I think I hit them all. But yeah, thanks all. Thanks guys. It was really, really, it was a fun month. I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of fun doing all this. And as far as all the CA and GA guys out there, guys and girls out there, I should say, I cannot wait to work with some of you in the industry. That'll be awesome. So definitely keep me as a reference. Keep me informed. I will definitely do the same. All right, guys, take it easy. Bye. Oh, and catch you on the flip side.